The pitch to the sideline, the calls that shape the game. Welcome to Excellence in Action, the referee show here on IslandStats.com, where we dabble in the world of officiating, dissect the decisions, and celebrate the men and women in the middle. Join us each week as we chat with top officials, analyze controversial moments, and explore the challenges and triumphs of being a referee. Get inside perspective on the rules, the pressure, and the split-second judgments that can make or break a match. It's more than just whistles and flags, it's excellence in action. Now let's get to the show. Well, good afternoon and welcome to this special edition of Island Stats Referee Corner here on IslandStats.com. I'm your host, Earl Basin. Joining me is the former president of the Bermuda Referees Association, and that will be Mr. Lloyd Christopher. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Basin, and good afternoon to all the viewers out there today.
All right. So Lloyd, we've come to the end of the season, but the learning, the officiating is always evolving. There's always something new. There's always something more taking place. You recently attended a course in Costa Rica. Can you just give us some insight as to what the course was about, and then we'll get into more details about how it affects us here in Bermuda or football in general?
Sure. It was a 5-day rap course, and this course was put on by FIFA, and it involved the referee instructors from around the CONCACAF region. At this seminar, it was 60 instructors in total.
Oh, boy.
It was 30 English-speaking instructors and 30 Spanish-speaking instructors.
Oh, boy.
And what we did, we went over the update for the laws of the game. There's new laws that's going to be coming into fruition for 2025-2026 year. And then we also went over other major aspects with regards to officiating, with regards to offside, handball, false recognition. And we also did an assessment of a game, and also an outdoor session with regards to training local officials to certain drills.
One of the most important ones coming out is this 8 seconds.
Yes.
As an instructor, it is your job to help make officials feel comfortable in when you start this count. When do you make it known that you've started the count? Because I think the way it was described, when you get to 3, you shout out 3, and then 4, then 5, then and but when does that actually start? I think that's what's going to be. Was it a lot of discussion around that? Because we know it takes the goalkeeper to be in control. When is control?
Correct. So it does not start the moment that the goalkeeper grabs the ball or gets possession of the ball. The referee should give the goalkeeper like a couple of seconds just to gather himself. Because sometimes now the goalkeeper might get the ball and then fall on the ground,
Yes.
roll around for 6 seconds, then get up, and then release the ball after like 15 seconds.
Yes.
And that's more or less the norm. But with this 8-second rule, that in that same example, if the goalkeeper grabs the ball on the ground, the referee might give that goalkeeper just a few seconds, and then the countdown would start. The referee would, in his head, he will count the first 3 seconds out.
Yes.
And then after that, the last 5 seconds, the referee is going to put up his hand. You'll be in 5, 4,
Right.
3, 2, and then 1. And if he hasn't released the ball, then the referee will blow for an infringement. But the difference now is that the referee is not going to hold their hand up and do like a countdown 5 like that. They're going to put their hand up and raising the hand up and down, so that everybody can see the motion and the countdown for that infringement.
Sure. Now, obviously, you're different from me. We all are different, and it's going to be the biggest argument. I know it's going to happen in the English Premier Division. It's going to happen in the Bundesliga. It's going to happen in Bermuda. The referees are inconsistent when they talk about how long it takes the guy to start counting.
That is, and because it's hard to determine when the goalkeeper is going to have control of the ball. Because the goalkeeper could make a save and gather himself.
Yes.
And then when you start that 8-second count. So it's going to be up to the referee to determine, like I said, when the goalkeeper does fall on the ground and gathers possession of the ball, then that's when the referee can start the countdown. It's not going to be the same for every person, because it's up to the referee to decide when does that goalkeeper have full control of the ball.
Yes. So okay, let's move on, because obviously that's going to have its own talking points. But what are some of the other interesting, dynamic new rule changes or updated rule changes that you guys discussed?
Another one that's going to be coming into play is the drop ball. Let's say that a player is injured, a head injury or whatever type of injury. But if the ball is inside the penalty area and the referee blows the whistle to stop play, the ball automatically goes to that goalkeeper. That's where the drop ball will take place, inside the penalty area to the goalkeeper, no matter who was in possession of the ball.
Okay.
But let's say the injury happened outside of the penalty area and the ball is outside of the penalty area. Currently, as it is now, the last team that touched the ball would be the team that, once the referee blows the whistle, they would be in possession when the referee starts play. It would be a drop ball for that team who last touched the ball.
Right.
The difference now is going to be the team who's more likely to gain possession of the ball. And one of the clips that we saw was that the ball, let's say the ball is in the center of the field, the ball is kicked towards the corner flag by the attacking team. A defending player is running to get the ball. There is no attacking player going with him to challenge him for the ball.
Right.
If currently, as it is now, if the referee blows the whistle, when he restarts play would start with that attacking team who last kicked the ball.
Right. Okay.
But because now, with the law change, in my example, that defender is about to gain possession of the ball, he does not have to touch the ball. Once the referee blows the whistle, then the drop ball will go to the defending team.
Okay.
So that's the main change with regards to the drop ball.
Because he or she would have been taking possession of the ball had play not been stopped.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Good stuff.
And previously, the referee would have, in that situation, to be fair, the referee would have waited until that player actually touched the ball.
Right.
And then blew the whistle, and then have to deal with the player that's
the incident or the issue. Right.
Yeah. So now it gives the referee more flexibility to deal with that injured player a lot quicker.
Right. Did anything come up about added time? Because I mean, we've now seen a 90-minute game sometimes go 101, 102 minutes, and people are looking around saying, where did this extra time come from? Have they addressed that, or is that something that's on the back burner right now?
I believe that's something that's on the back burner, because that's just up to the referee to decide how much time to add on from, and from a variety of reasons why the referee is adding on. There's this long minutes, the ball being out of play for a very long time, players being injured. Normally a substitute would be like 30 seconds would be added on for each substitute. So that is still under the referee's discretion. Right.
Yeah, and when that idea of 30 seconds for a substitution came about, me personally, I thought it was kind of long, because a guy takes forever to get off the field, and that shouldn't be. I mean, if you're being substituted, you should be able to just go off at any point of the field and the player come on at the halfway line and we restart the game. They'll do it if they're losing, but if they're winning, it's a different thing. So, 30 seconds, to be honest, if a guy takes 30 seconds to get from the far side of the field to the near side of the field, then it's something wrong. But 30 seconds.
But with regards to that, that's the referee's responsibility. Like in your example, if the player's on the far side of the field,
right,
the referee should be telling that player to go off on that side of the field.
That side of the field, right.
Unless there's extenuating circumstances where that player would have difficulty getting back to his bench area.
Yes, the bench. Yes. Okay.
And there are some fields that would prevent that, but under normal circumstances, the referee should be telling that player to go off on the nearest point to the touchline. Yeah.
Right. Now, obviously, the good thing about the course, you would have just come off of the fact that you had the Spanish-speaking, 30 in Spanish-speaking instructors as well. The way the Spanish communicate, we that speak English would say it's a little more hostile than anything else. Have you ever had a chance to talk to some of the Spanish-speaking instructors about the way we see how players react to when the whistle blows to the referee?
No, but the main objective of this course and integrating both English and Spanish-speaking instructors is to have CONCACAF operating the same all across CONCACAF, across the region.
Right.
So if someone is in Bermuda, someone is in Jamaica, someone is in Costa Rica, someone is in the US, someone is in Canada, the way how officials handle the game, it should be consistent throughout. And that was the main reason of having us all there, so we are all receiving the exact same information.
Okay.
Because now sometimes in UEFA, it's different. They might do things differently than they do in CONCACAF.
Okay.
So all CONCACAF wants to be consistent throughout the region.
All right. Now, the fact that you were once a player, you once officiated, and now you're an instructor, what have you seen change from the time you put on your boots to play to now evaluating what the officials are doing?
Well, when I was playing, I was not too worried about the loss of the game.
Right.
I was just out there to play. And I used to, like players do now, I used to be upset with the officials if I felt a call did not go my way.
Right.
I did not demonstrate negatively or aggressively towards the official, but I used to think that in the back of my mind, that official is not being consistent or not being fair with regards to the decisions that is being made.
Right.
Being an official and being a referee, I became more lenient with regards to players and how they react on the field of play to certain calls. Because it's very seldom that players know and understand all the laws of the game, especially with regards to infringements.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
And so, or even handball, for example. And so, with regards to the officials knowing and the players not knowing, sometimes it's challenging with regards to trying to get that point across, especially on the field of play.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know one of the things that we try to do every season, preseason, is to meet with the players and coaches to have a workshop and just to address some of these concerns with regards to the new updated laws, and also to go over some of the current laws so that they can have at least a brief idea as to what's going on. But obviously, they're not going to know fully, because we have referees who are we instruct there pretty much on a weekly basis, and we are all still learning. So so we know
definitely.
that the players and coaches are not going to fully understand everything, but if they can understand some of the concepts, that would
Right.
ease up the officials a great deal and help to avoid some of the misconceptions with regards to when they hear the whistle that's not in their favor.
Okay. So you've come back. How soon does the local officials, start getting the information in which you've been, you've been shown and taught and so forth? How soon do they start getting the information so they can have it in their head when preseason starts? Preseason training, or I know that some are still training over the summer period, but they're fully cognizant of what those rule changes are, and there's some consistency once we start that.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, that would probably be like in July/August. But
Uh-huh.
because we have officials now who are going to be involved in games this June, they're going to have to get this information a lot sooner.
Right.
And then on top of that, we will be having our annual MA course, which is going to be in around the end of August,
Mm-hmm.
and that's going to be a 5 day. That is a 5 day course, and it will be arranged similarly to how the one where I just came back from. The major difference is that the course I was on was from 9 to 5/6 o'clock in the evening,
Oh wow.
whereas whereas the local course here, it would be probably between like 6 and 9, or 5:30
Okay.
to 9, something along those lines, which would be a lot shorter than the normal, quote unquote, normal FIFA MA course.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And
And,
the
and
and the reason for that is that there's going to be persons who are, number one, going to be in school,
right.
and or maybe in school, and also with regards to work commitments.
Right. 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 So let me ask this question, and here's a chance to pitch for people who are standing on the sideline. What's the benefits of having match commissioners, match evaluators, such as what you do, as far as overseeing what the referee is doing in the game, evaluating the referee? What's the benefits of that?
One of the benefits is going to be, say, for example, if the referee makes a handball, calls for handball,
Hmm.
the benches are saying, "Oh, that's not a handball," and sometimes the coaches or players might say something to the match commissioner
Right.
with regards to that, because the match commissioner might be close to there. So
Yes.
if the match commissioner, for example, may have a better understanding, they could say, "Oh, that's a handball because A, B, and C."
Ah.
And
Okay.
by them just and it doesn't have to be anything that's going to be in detail, but if they give them that information, and it's the correct information, then that would quiet down the players/coaches. Because
Understood.
as we know, once they start, sometimes they just like to keep going on and on until their question is answered.
Yeah. Yeah. 83
Because
minutes of.
I know times when I've been assessing games, and
Uh-huh.
obviously when I'm assessing games, I'm writing the mix with regards to fans sometimes, depending on the field.
Right.
And when they make, "Oh, that's offside, that's not offside, that's a foul," and I say to them, "No, that's not a foul because of A, B, and C."
Right.
Then they say, okay. Then they will quiet down until they go on to the next incident.
Yeah. Yeah. Always looking for an incident, or always looking for a reason to
Yeah, but
say something.
the more persons involved in the game who have an understanding of the laws of the game, the better the
Mhm.
game's going to be for everybody. Because
Yeah.
again, that would also keep the officials on their toes as well.
Right. 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 So I guess there's a pitch for people to join your ranking, and as well as the officials ranking, to ensure that the game continues. I know over the last couple of years we've been inundated with getting overseas officials to come in and help,
Yep.
but we still want to be able to help ourselves, kind of thing. I know a lot of people complain about the aging of what officials we do have, and the I guess the gap in age, because we have some youngsters and some more seasoned. But if it weren't for some of those more seasoned, we won't be able to have any games at all, because we have to be grateful for what we have.
Correct. Yeah. And not all the time overseas is better.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
and that's a good point. That is a good point. They
Is
may
there-
have some.
there have been instances with regards to some of the calls that they make
Right.
were not the best calls, or yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because we're all human.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Lloyd, thank you very much for joining in and giving us that update. I know some of the officials will be lying in wait for those updates. As you indicated, we have officials who will be involved in CONCACAF matches, Nation League matches, in World Cup matches soon. That they'll have to put this to use, and we'll have an opportunity to see firsthand how these rules look come June on our shores when Bermuda's men are in action, and we take it from there.
Okay. One final thing, Earl.
Sure.
Let's that word rule. Let's change that to loss.
Look, okay. You told me that the last time, didn't you?
No comment.
I'm back in school. I'll give you detention. Let's get these laws correct.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining. Also, let your daughter know happy birthday.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much. I'll definitely let her know. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time for a girl too on her birthday. For her birthday. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And thanks for having me on.
No
I
problem.
appreciate
Enjoy
that.
the rest of your evening. Okay.
Thanks, you as well.